Anybody that you think could be a cap casualty or somebody that the Lions maybe will look to move on from that's in a contract situation that might be not as advantageous?
I think that there's a couple of interesting options in terms of surprise players, right? Like Kobe Sorsdahl was a draft pick of the teams in 2023. Would I necessarily be surprised if he doesn't make the team? I don't know, but that's one to keep an eye on. Another guy is somebody like Khalil Dorsey, who came back on a short contract. Obviously, he's been huge as a gunner, as a special teams player. He's somebody that has a lot of value for the Lions, but if somebody beats him out, I don't think the Lions would hesitate to maybe part ways with him. When you talk about draft picks potentially, like I mentioned, Dan Jackson is one. One sneaky, probably not, but maybe option in terms of this question is Khalif Raymond. Obviously, Khalif Raymond has a ton of value for the Detroit Lions as a kick returner. I know he doesn't do a ton of kick returns, but he's the punt returner. He has special packages on offense. But if a guy like Dominic Lovett comes in and has a solid training camp, you get an undrafted free agent like maybe a Jacoby Keeney James who has a ton of speed, maybe Ronnie Bell. I mean, there's competition for Khalif Raymond. Like, there is competition on this roster for Khalif Raymond. Ronnie Bell has experience returning punts. Not a ton, but he does have experience returning punts. Jacoby Keeney James, obviously, very fast. So Khalif Raymond is one to maybe keep an eye on. Obviously, going into the last year of his contract, the Lions have already kind of restructured his deal, gave him a little bit of a pay cut going into the season. But I do think Khalif Raymond is if you're talking about huge surprises, that would obviously be a huge surprise. But it's also not unfathomable when you talk about some of the competition on this roster.